Alrighty, so I'm back. We're in the bedroom, and I'm using Paul's Elfie to demonstrate. This one is when someone becomes pretty much bedridden, where they stay in the bed 5 to 6 hours or more. Um, the question was, they're in the bed, but I need to turn them more. Number one, my suggestion is not have the bed up against the wall, because you need to be able to get on all sides of the bed, all the way around the bed, because you never know why or what you have to do. You may have to pull them up in the bed, so you need to be able to get up here. You may have to, if they slide this way, you may have to get over there, so you got to pull them that way. So you need to get around the bed on all four sides. Now, what I've done is, first thing, the first question was, my loved one is lost a lot of weight, and they keep their knees close together. Well, that can cause the skin to break down. Number one, no air is circulating in there. Number two, it's a constant bone-on-bone type rubbing. Especially if they have a little bit of movement, or they get tired of sitting one way and they try to twitch this way or twitch that way, and the friction between the knees. So my suggestion to that is one towel. Roll this towel up. And what you can do is sprinkle some baby powder on. Rub the baby powder in. And put it between their knees, just like that. That lets air circulate in it. The towel soaks up the moisture and keeps it from rubbing, and the powder keeps down the friction. So you can do the same thing for the hands. Sprinkle some powder in it, light powder, not thick. Smooth it around, roll it up, put it in the hand. Because most of them grip one hand tighter than they do the other. So you want to keep that hand air flowing through it, because the little cracks and lines in your hand can get moisture and start to get like a fungus or something in there, where you have to clean it. The skin turns a little white and moist. The towel will stop that. The washcloth will stop that. Towel for the knees. You can also put the towel, if they were like Paul, held his hand close like that. What I did, powder, towel. I kept that arm up a little bit and let a little air circulate. You can use two towels and go from place to place, raising up. So that's my tip about the friction, the moisture, the knees so close together. Towels, roll them up. I use white towels because my aunt always told me to use white towels and washcloths. And she's been doing this for over 50 years with Huntington's patients and other patients. All right, now my next trick is, or should I say tip? Okay, this is your loved one, and they are bedridden, and you're told to turn them. Well, the best way I found to turn them is put a sheet, a flat sheet, fold it in half so you have more strength. Put the loose ends out where they can't get on it and be laying on the threads and stuff, because when your skin gets thin, that may hurt. If you have to put pillows under them to kind of rotate them, you pull them to you. Get a good grip. Plant your feet flat with your legs spread open a little bit so that you're straight up. Superwoman, Superman, do your pose, Superman pose. You go over, you can put your legs up against it, make sure the brakes are on the bed, put your legs up against the bed, and you pull in the area of the shoulder, and the butt. Here, here. And you pull them this way. If you have help, then they would put the pillows underneath it. There you are. They're tilted on the side. But you know you can only leave them like that for a little while. Not a long time, not with the healthcare workers say a couple of hours or an hour. I don't know what they tell you. But they will break down on that side if you leave them too long. So later you come back, hold this, let them down. Then you can go to the other side. Same way. But you would be on the other side of the bed. And you pull them to you, and just put the pillow under there. Oops, I rolled them all the way over. But yeah, you would be on the other side of the bed. And then the pillow's under it. But wherever you roll them to, be sure to put pillows under the arm and between the leg. So that leg, if it's going to lay over this way, you can take a pillow and put it between it, like that. Same thing with the ankles. Put a towel between it, washcloth, whatever, so that they're not laying on it. And, being uncomfortable. You have to make them comfortable. Now, that's my trick of the draw sheet. Use of the draw sheet. So let's get Elfie. Say, hey, Elfie. Thanks for being our demonstrator. All right, now, my next tip is, someone said, well, I have to put padding all the way up the bed. Okay, I know you're trying to save your sheets and mattresses and everything, but those pads are hot. I know. I laid on one just so I could see how hot they were. So my suggestion to you is, Elfie, you can go now. Don't need you no more. Put a draw sheet, which is a regular flat sheet. The bigger you get it, the better off you are. I get a queen size sheet for a hospital bed and fold it in half so it's extra strong. Now, what I did was I laid my blue pads or cloth pads on the bottom sheet. Then I took my draw sheet and covered them up so that you're not laying on plastic or those hot rewashable pads. You're laying on a cool sheet. You take a little powder and sprinkle it on it. I've even done this twice, where I've done one layer like this, and then I've done another layer with another sheet. Because, say they wee-wee, and it gets on the pad. Well, then you're left with having to roll them off it, and then they're on another sheet. Well, you could do it this way. Say, Elfie, pee-pee's on here. Okay? Elfie has pee-pee. You can get you another pad. Put it over on this side. Pull Elfie to this side with the wet pad. Put a dry pad underneath. And just roll this like this. Roll it, roll it, roll it underneath of, and then you grab the other side and you roll them back that way. And you roll this, and you take this away, and Elfie is laying on a blue pad for me to wash her up. I wash him up. Take the blue dirty pad off, and what? Laying on a clean sheet. And that sheet you just took off, you can rinse out, let it dry, and put it in dirty clothes for when you do laundry. So that's my tips. I don't know. I think that was 3 that time. But yes, towels, washcloths with some powder on them. Use them to go between the limbs, in the hand, under the arms. It'll keep the moisture down, and if you put a little powder on it, you won't get as much friction. The draw sheet, getting on one side, pulling them to you, like this. Just roll them to you. And then the trick about putting the pad underneath the draw sheet. So I hope these help you, and I'll make more. If I get questions, I'll make videos, because it's easier for me to do a video than to try to text you and you read it and be working. So I'm going to do videos. So thank you for your questions. Check us out at wehaveaface.org for new videos, new things happening, new events. As James has always said, you are loved. Bye.